Alrighty, these are the three things to know before you start hiring your first employee. I've actually made a little cheat sheet here and we will go through it together. I'm going to talk to you like you're actually one of my students. So I'm going to, in a short amount of time, trying to give you the most I can possibly give you in order for you to be ready or to know if you're ready to actually hire and what you can do about it. And the third point, I have 3 points, right? So the third point is actually, it's going to be the most interesting one and really qualifies you or disqualifies you currently at where you're in your business. But even if it disqualifies you, you can still do something about it. So we're going to go through all the 3 points. I'm not going to let you down here. We're going to do together. And congratulations, first of all, too, on actually wanting to hire. I'm so proud of you because if you have never done it, it's a huge step, and I'm fully aware of it. It's scary. But if you're fully prepared, there's really nothing to worry about. Of course, stuff can happen, but it most likely is not going to happen. These are just all fears in our heads because I have been in business for 10 years now, and I have had staff for 9 years. And I was a district manager before at Aldi, so I hired and fired people, luckily more hired than fired people all the time, and managed, of course, staff. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. And if I can do it, trust me, you can do it too. So, first point, and the third point is going to be the last point is going to be the most interesting actually for you in order for you to know where you're at in your business and what you need to improve on. And I'm going to give you the tools to improve it and, start hiring your employee. All right, first of all, get organized in your business. Okay, so first create, this is like the most basic level, create specific folders in your Google Drive because you need to be organized. You need to have all your official papers. You need to have all your accounting materials, so like your expenses collected in one space, and your marketing materials, your best pictures, your best videos, if you want to do Instagram videos and stuff. Because once you start hiring, you don't want to let up on the marketing. You want to keep marketing, you want to keep promoting your business, and you need to do it in an organized way. Otherwise, the time is just going to, flow right out of the window. So, there are specific folders that you can create in your Google Drive, but you just need to do it, So really the main ones would be for official papers, for marketing, for accounting, and then for employees, and then you can create subfolders. Okay, second point in the organized section, use a pet sitting software. I cannot tell you enough how much I just want every one of my students to just before they even sign up for any of my courses to use a pet sitting software because it's really like the prerequisite. Yes, you can use a Google Calendar, you can now use printed out forms, but really it starts at $15 or $20 a month now to use a great pet sitting software. The pet sitting software we actually have, I'm going to link it below. And you can do everything. And especially with employees, you need a pet sitting software because your employees need to know when they're going to go for their walks, when they're going to visit the cats. And you cannot just like text it to them. You also have to follow up with them. You can, with the pet sitting software we're actually using GPS timestamps. So we're seeing where they're going to where they're checking in, where they're checking out. You can manage all your clients, the invoices, all the information. Also, your employees need to see all the information of the pets, right? And they can do that within a pet sitting software. So they're not carrying like papers with them. It's crazy. It's close to 2025. So Then also create a system to collect filled out forms on your website. So you should have it already by now that when potential clients are interested in your services, they can fill out a form and it goes to your form collection system and you can look through it and, connect with them. You also need that for your employees because, you need that for your employees because I just realized I didn't even write on my trusty tablet. So I'm just going to write it real quick, get organized. So, So you need that for the job application forms, so you can actually go through it. So what I did in the beginning, and it wasn't really good, I didn't use like a content management software or like a project management software. We're using ClickUp now, and it's been so good. But I use like a regular form that I use like a plugin with WordPress, and it just went to my email, all the application forms, all the potential client forms filled out, and I look through them. Sometimes I forgot about them. With like a management software that collects all the forms and collects all the applications, you can actually also then categorize it. Okay, did you look through it already? Do you have to think about it? Did you write them back? Do you have to follow up and such? So I highly recommend to create a really good system to just collect all the information in one place when a form is filled out. And then also establish a routine to-dos. So in that regard, of course, like once you have employees, you have to run payroll. So for example, we run payroll every Friday, and we have to have it in by Sunday. So we have like a 3-day window where we can run payroll. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. Our people are not going to get paid that period, so you have to be organized. You have to know when you run your monthly invoices for your midday dog walking clients. You should have like a schedule of, okay, like your annual report, like anything that's like official that you have to do, you should have it within a calendar. So it just reminds you to do those things. Even monthly things like bookkeeping things and such. They're not too many things, but there are enough things where you can get flustered and you can, instead of knowing, okay, today I have to do this, and then I also want to do, I also need to do marketing, versus, okay, I'm going to just catch up on the emails and then I do a little bit marketing. Oh, shoot, I have to do, like the annual report or whatever. So it's really good to have a system in place where you don't even have to think about it. It reminds you every year. We also use ClickUp, spoiler alert. In there, we get all the reminders. Okay, when should we ask for a review? When should we do the annual report? When should we do the payroll? When do I have the quarterly meetings with the employees? You see there are some things that are just really adding up. So, but I don't want to spend that much more time on the getting organized section. Let's start with the second point. Becoming premium. So you have to become the best in order to have employees and be a very good service provider, because that should really be your non plus ultra, that you're the best and you are raising the bar in your area, because we're talking about the care of animals here. And also in order to afford the employees, because you don't want to have 10 employees and still take home only like 20K a month, right? I've had a person on a live stream tell me she made like 200,000 and had like so many employees, independent contractors, I think it was, and she only took home like $40,000. I mean, that's crazy. You make 200,000, but then you only take home like 20%. By the way, and there's a spoiler alert, taking home 20% is crazy. That should not be your goal. Your goal should be above 30%. Okay, so you need to become the best. So whatever you do, think about it. Okay, am I doing the best I can? Do you have first aid? What's it called? First aid. Yeah, first aid for pets. Do you take like additional courses, in the care of special animals, like if you take care of snakes or whatever, or special breed of dogs? Are you informed enough on how to actually take care of the animals? Are you getting regularly new information about the animals if you need it? Some people go crazy with that. They read a lot. Some don't. They just have like a natural instinct too. Especially if you already have had animals for like 20, 30 years or whatever. You just have a certain, knowledge of animals that you don't have to read up on it all the time. But you just need to become the best. You need to set the highest standards for yourself, because your employees will only most likely be as good as you are, and they will see everything. So if you go into a visit and you didn't read up on the care instructions, they will notice. And if you require of them to read up on the care instructions, they won't do it because you didn't do it, most likely. It's just the way it is. So you're the leader, you need to be the best. Also, you will need, well, that's actually the last, I'm going to make that in a second. Okay, change your mindset. I know there's like a woo-woo about mindset and stuff like that, but there is really something to it. If you don't believe that you can do it, if you don't believe that you're a good dog walking company, you won't be the best dog walking company and you won't be able to become a premium service provider. So you need to start thinking, and you need to start thinking about your company that it's the best in your area, and it will be easy to do that when you actually act like it. If you really provide amazing service, if you have great client communication, it's not just about the pet, it's also about client communication, that you're honest. If you mess up, that you fess up to it and come up with a plan on how you're going to do it better. Okay, I'm not gonna, because I'm already at like 10 minutes and my third point's pretty big. So, okay. Then make sure your premium business reflects premium. So it's not just that you're providing great pet care, but that you also have a stellar website, that it's mobile friendly. I mean, by now it should definitely be. I mean, they've been talking about mobile friendly for 10 years now, I think, or 15 years. It should be easy to navigate. Your logo should look good. You should have a uniform, so you actually look the part, like you're part of a company. So there are many things where you can actually really look premium, and you should not just be premium, but you actually should look premium, because you can be the best amazing pet sitter or dog walker out there, but if you look shabby, you have scruffed up jeans, like you have holes in your jeans, you have like a tank shirt that's tank top that's like has all pet hair. Of course you're gonna have pet hair, but if you go for a meet and greet, you're gonna clean up. If your hair is all messy, if your makeup is all smeared, like, all those crazy scenarios, you do want to look the part. I mean, just if you look at hotels, right? So if you look at a hostel, where multiple people sleep in bunk beds in one room versus like a Marriott is not even, now I can think of any, well, like really, really luxury hotels, like the Hiltons, right? Like the upper class of Hiltons. They charge more, but they also look the part. They make you feel when you come in there that you are in like another world, right? Like you're just being pampered, and you're going to pay the price for it, but you're not going to pay the price for it and be pampered and the hotel looks all shabby. You know what I mean? The hotel looks amazing while their service is also amazing. And that should be the same thing for a pet sitting dog walking company. I don't want to raise little pet sitters here that just charge more and they're not doing anything. I want to raise, like, this is really my mission here, to raise pet sitters and dog walkers, like to help you guys to become really the best in the whole nation or in the whole world, wherever you are. Mostly it's the US, but wherever you are in the world. I had Australian pet sitters, dog walkers, students, British. It really doesn't matter, but I want you to become the best, service-wise and also look-wise. Okay. And also, you probably need to charge more. That's just the way of things. In order to become a premium pet sitter, you need to also reflect that in your rates. It's not just by the looks, but it's also that you cannot afford to be the best if you charge bottom prices. And that brings us to our third point. You need to check if your current rate supports the minimum wage in your state or in your country. So, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to, I didn't even take this here. So become premium. Sorry for my bad writing. I just, writing on tablet, it's just not the easiest. And then I'm just going to write correct rate to support minimum wage. Okay, so those are the 3 points. 1, get organized. 2, become premium. 3, correct if you have the correct rate in order to support the minimum wage. Okay, so let's talk about the third point, and we're going to make some calculations. I've already written it out here, and I'm going to show it you with a calculator too. So let's just say I'm doing business in New Jersey, so we're just going to take New Jersey. In New Jersey, currently, there is a minimum wage of $15.13. So you're just going to put in your own numbers, look up very quick what's the minimum wage in your state or in your country. So let's just say New Jersey minimum wage is $15.13, okay? So let's say you are offering a 30-minute walk, and I think most of you are probably going to charge $25, right? So let's just do it with $25. Now we have to calculate how much you're getting, just to make it easier, how much you're getting for an hour when you supply 30-minute walks for $25. And I'm always doing the calculations with 10-minute driving time in between. That should really be your goal. Don't do it with 5, don't do it with 15, don't do it with 20. You need to hire employees or one employee first and have them do a route where it's on average 10 minutes or even less. The less they drive, the more money you make, okay? So I'm going to show you my calculator too in a second. So let's just say 1 hour equals, and we're going to do for 30 minutes, it's really a visit is 40 minutes total because 30 minutes visit time, 10 minutes driving time. So it's 40 minutes. So we're going to do 60 because 60 minutes in 1 hour divided by 40. So we can fit, 1.5 walks in, 1.5 walks in 1 hour, right? So, and then how much are we going to get for those 1.5 walks? 1.5 walks, so like 1 hour, 1.5 walks are 37.5. And I'm going to show it to you, 1.5 times 25 is 37.5, okay? So now we have the minimum wage, which is $15.13 times. And now you're not just going to take the minimum wage. You have to think about all your tax liability, like your payroll liabilities, right? For example, the workers' comp in New Jersey, it's about 10%, then Social Security tax, unemployment insurance, etc. So there are multiple ones. I always take it for my business with, I say about 27% I have to add on top of the wage that I'm going to pay my employee. So it really adds up to workers' comp about 10, 12%, and then another 17, 15% in tax liability. So you have to look it up for your state. So let's just say 0.27, which is 50 times, which are $4.09, right? Whoops, just want to show you real quick, okay? So the total that you have to pay, you're going to pay your employee $15.13, right? If you pay them only minimum. But what it's going to cost is going to be $15.13 plus $4.09. So $19.22 is what you will have to pay your employee, okay? So let's just see what is the payroll percentage, like the payroll percentage cost. So if you then take the 1922 divided by the total, like this is really for an hour, right? You would pay them an hour, $19.22. Like it would cost you. And from your client, you would get $37.5. Okay? And that divided 1922 divided by 37.5 is about 51%. That's huge. So just to give you an idea, like you right now with $25 for 30 minutes, that's not good. You would have to raise your prices. I highly recommend to start with about 35, 38% payroll costs. That's where you should really aim. So really try to go for 35. If it's a little bit above, that's fine. If it's below, that's amazing. But you need that. You like let's just start out really strong here. Okay, let's have high expectations on your own business, and yeah, and if you don't think you can charge that right now, you need to become better. And I can also show you how to do that. I'm going to show it to you at the end. So let's just say you are charging, let's just do another scenario, right? Let's just say you are with minimum wage. So sorry about my writing. $15.13. If you charge for 15 minutes, $25. No, let's just, hold on. This looks crazy anyway. Okay, let's just say you charge for a 15-minute visit, $23. Some of you might actually already do it. That's another trick. If you cannot really raise your 30-minute rate, lower the amount. Like if you have like a 20-minute visit right now, make that higher, a little bit higher, like raise the rate a little bit for new clients and lower it to 15 minutes. And there you go. That's how I actually did it in my business. And you need to do those things, in order to actually grow. Okay, so 15 minutes, $23. Let me see. So for 1 hour, so let's just say 15 minutes plus 10 are 25 minutes, just like for whole visit because of the driving time. So 60 for 1 hour, 60 minutes divided by 35. I'm just going to write it here. You can do 1.7 walks, right? So 1.7 walks. Did I actually? Yeah, okay. So you can do, no, wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait. 60 divided by, okay, I'm sorry. 60 divided, that's what happens if you don't add it, but that's okay. So 60 divided by 25, right? Because it's 15-minute walk. I'm very proud of you if you actually paid attention and you were like, wait, Sue, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so 60 divided by 25, because it's 15-minute walking time, 10 minutes driving time, is 2.4. Okay, so 2.4 walks. And 2.4 walks equal 2.4 times 23 equal $52.20. Okay, so next one. So now we're gonna see, because I already prepared it here. So minimum wage is $15.13, and what do we have to do now? We have to add the workers' comp and the payroll liabilities. Okay, so times 27, which was a total of 19. I'm just gonna shorten it now. 1922, which is the payroll cost. Okay, so and then 1922. So we have now the payroll cost for 1 hour, 1922, and we're gonna make $55.20. So 1922 divided by 55.20. 55.20. Oh, that is amazing. That's 34.8. That's exactly what I want to see. Just about 35% payroll cost. That is exactly what you need. Okay. So we kind of like went through it. I'm sorry it already taken so long, but I do want to kind of be thorough. If you want to know more about this subject, I actually have a little course here that walks you through the entire thing even more in detail and really gets you prepared. Hold on, let me actually show it to you here. Okay, here you can actually see it. It's this course here, Becoming Premium and Employee Prep. I might rename it, let's see. And this is what the course looks like inside. There you go. and we're going to talk all about all of that. And the most important thing what you're going to get is like the wage cost and client price generator. That's something I've actually created myself, and I use it in my business to this day. Oops, and this is what it looks like. So this is here, Sue's wage cost and client price generator. So you really just put in whatever the hourly wage you want to pay, then what the workers' comp percentage is, and the payroll responsibility, and so on. And there you actually see what your payroll cost is going to be. And, you put in all the things that, that all the variables, basically how much you charge, how much you're going to pay, how much it's going to cost. And then you can really play around easily, because once you know the workers' comp and the payroll responsibility, it's not going to really change much. You can just really play around with the hourly wage or with the rate that you're charging to your clients, and then you can see, okay, what is going to be the cost. And I'm going to talk more about, like, in the course, I'm talking way more about the payroll cost, about what you can afford, how it all plays together, how much land should actually land on your bank account, and how to do it. So you don't have to do it. You might not even need it, but it's just something I highly recommend if you've watched this video. And yeah, I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.